Hello, in my hand right here, I have a little stack of recent vinyl finds that I either purchased myself or received as gifts from people. They're not thrift store finds. I've got a whole other video coming up with some really cool thrift store finds. But these right here, I'm really interested in letting you hear what a lot of this sounds like. So needle drops are forthcoming. Let's get into this stuff. All right, we're starting off with the only CD I have in this recent finds. The rest is vinyl, but this is a soundtrack to a movie called Aliens, Clowns, and Geeks. Now, I believe the movie, according to IMDb, was finished in 2019. This soundtrack did not come out until 2022. It is music by Ego Plum and Danny Elfman. And now, Danny Elfman, of course, of Oingo Boingo, his brother Richard Elfman is the one who created this wonderful movie, and along with his classic film Forbidden Zone, which most of you probably know about. So anyway, Ego Plum and Danny Elfman have worked together before. Ego Plum is a guy that I know in Los Angeles. I just went to his birthday party there recently where he gave me this CD. So thank you, Mr. Plum. I am going to let the people hear some quick snippets of this, and we call those laser drops here on this channel. So let's dig into Aliens, Clowns, and Geeks here. Check it out. All right, some quick laser drops on this Aliens, Clowns, and Geeks soundtrack. Here's the first one. All right, let's go to the next. All right, another one, check it out. Aliens, Clowns, and Geeks, everyone. All right, here's another one off the Aliens, Clowns, and Geeks. Awesome. Moving on now. All right, soundtrack, music, check. Now, the first bit of vinyl I want to show you is this. This is a slipcase version, a special limited edition slipcase version of 7-inch records that were included with a book called Hard and Fast. It's by Melanie Nissen. It was out of Australia, and it focuses on the LA punk scene. Of course, here we have the Go-Go's, Devo X, and the Germs, all packaged in this slipcase. Now, I believe the regular book featured a 7-inch or all the 7 inches with it. I can't remember exactly, but this is the only way that you would get the slipcase version is with the special edition of Melanie's book, Hard and Fast. And the way I got these was as a gift from my friend Mark Mothersbaugh of Devo and the fine people at his office, Macula Dog. Now, this set of 3 is colored vinyl, and what I've heard is that the set of 3 is always 2 of one color and then 1 of the other color. So 2 pink in this situation here, as you can see with the Germs and the Go-Go's, and then of course the Devo is green. And there are different mixes of those colors and those particular band 7 inches in these slipcase edition versions. So this is pretty cool. I do have the regular version of the book and the pink and green version of this non-slipcase version, Devo 7-inch, but this is the first time I've had all the other ones, the Go-Go's and X and Germs. So very cool. Thank you, Mark Mothersbaugh, and thank you, Macula Dog. We love you. Don't you know we love you? All right, now we're going to hear some needle drops on this 7-inch slipcase set from the Hard and Fast book. We're going to start with the Go-Go's 7-inch. I'm trying the B-side right here called I'm the Only One, and it's live, and check it out. I love the Go-Go's, that's for sure. All right, next up we got Devo single. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, that's great stuff. All right, now I'll be playing some stuff off this single right here, Germs and X. Yeah, old Mr. Darby. All right, check out the other side. Okay, and now here's the X side. Good stuff, good stuff. So yeah, that book came out in 2021, by the way, and it is really cool. Lots of great photos in that book, hard and fast. Now this next band I'm going to show you, I was wearing a shirt. When I introduced this video, I'm wearing a Bones t-shirt. A band called The Bones from Las Vegas. I saw them when they opened for my friends in Bang Tango. I've been working with Bang Tango a little bit over the last few months, half a year. And this band happened to open for them. And when I was at their merch booth before the show, just checking out what they had, I noticed this, and I noticed on the back here a cover of Devo's Girl You Want. So, of course, I had to get this. And Patrick, the singer of the band, real nice guy, he traded me this in good faith that I would send him some cool Devo stuff in return, which I did. And this band, I believe, is mostly a cover band from what I can tell. From their show that I saw them opening for Bang Tango in Vegas. And from this record, of course, which is all 80s covers, 80s cover songs. I believe they're a cover band. And we're going to open up this beautiful gatefold, and we're going to give you some needle drops on this, The Bones from Las Vegas. So check it out. All right, needle drops on The Bones from Los Angeles. Cover band. From what I saw, that were opening for Bang Tango, they were awesome live. It was really fun. Here's their cover of Duran Duran. Check this out. Yeah, I love that. All right, let's check out some more. All right, here's a little bit of their cover of Video Killed the Radio Star. Check it out. Radio Star. Pretty good. Now let's see their Devo cover. All right, here's some of their here's some of their cover of Devo's Girl You Want. That's great. I haven't heard it covered like that before. All right, moving right along from The Bones. Next, we have something I picked up at Amoeba Records really recently. Oh, one of my favorites, the Boswell Sisters. I love the Boswell Sisters, a 1930s band. They predated the Andrews Sisters, who kind of modeled themselves after the Boswells, but maybe a little more mainstream version of the Boswell Sisters is what the Andrews Sisters became. Now, Connie Boswell went on to be a solo performer, but I really especially love the Boswell Sisters stuff. And every time I find an album or a CD, or in rare cases cassettes that I do not have of the Boswell Sisters, I have to pick it up. And I think this was only $7.99 at Amoeba, which is great. I call what the Boswell Sisters do vocal calisthenics, really. Vocal acrobats are the Boswell Sisters. And you should look into them. I'm going to give you some needle drops on some interesting things on this record. But this came out in 1976 on the Jasm label. And again, Boswell Sisters, one of my faves. Let's hear some of their vocal calisthenics. Check it out. All right, needle drops on the Boswell Sisters. Check it out. Oh yeah, that stuff is great. All right, check this out. Oh yeah, they get down. They get down, the Boswells. Okay, moving right along here. This is a little sad. This is Barnes and Barnes split with a band called Osaka Pop Star. Now, Barnes and Barnes, of course, did a song called Fish Heads back in the 70s. It was one of the greatest novelty songs of all time. It was a Dr. Demento favorite, and it was originally released as a 10-inch Fish Head record back in the day, in the 80s. Or maybe it was actually, from the 1980 LP, right. So this is the original version, and a song called High School Gym on one side by Barnes and Barnes, and then cover of Fish Heads, two different versions of it by Osaka Pop Star on the other side. Now, let me just mention that one half of Barnes and Barnes did pass away recently. My friend Artie Barnes here, Artie Barnes, otherwise known as Robert Hamer, did pass away from a long illness recently. I had him on my show a couple times over the last 2 or 3 years. He's a really cool guy, really funny, really weird, and we'll miss him. And I'm going to give you some needle drops on this. Let me first explain, though, Osaka Pop Star. This band, I had no idea, was originally fronted by Misfits collaborator John Cafiero. I think this, you pronounce his name, John Cafiero. And the initial lineup of this band included Jerry Only of the Misfits, Des Cadena of Black Flag, Marky Ramone of the Ramones, and Ivan Julian of Richard Hell and the Voidoids. Now, the current lineup of this band, according to Discogs, is Dennis Deacon from the Smithereens, Sal Maida from Milk and Cookies and Roxy Music, and Dean Rispler of the voluptuous horror of Karen Black. And I haven't heard of that band name in a long time. So this came out in 2019. I'm going to slice this thing open, and we're going to give you some needle drops on this beautiful Fish Heads record right now. Rest in peace, my friend Robert Artie Barnes. All right, needle drops on Osaka Pop Star first, and then Barnes and Barnes second. Here's Osaka Pop Star's cover of Fish Heads, a pop punk banger right here. Here we go. All right, that's I like some pop punk. I like that. That's pretty good. Okay, here's a little bit of the Barnes and Barnes song, High School Gym. Since I know that everybody knows what the original Fish Head sounds like, we don't need to hear that. So here we go.
Naked in the shower, acting like sardine. The locker room, always one coach who calls you goon. You smell the like stale beer.
That was Artie's voice, I could tell. Okay, next up we have my favorite band in the world. And this is Devo, and this is a bootleg called Oh No, It's Demos, rather than Oh No, It's Devo. And this is, of course, demo tracks from the Oh No, It's Devo era. And 1982, and here they go. Now, I've heard these tracks over the years. These have been traded amongst Devo fans on tape for many years, and now it's on vinyl. And thanks to my good friend Paul, Devo fan Paul, I got one of these. Thank you, Paul, for picking me this up. This is really cool, and it's interesting to see this photo here. This is a photo, a behind-the-scenes photo of a video shoot. It's really digitized and like simplified here with some kind of effect. But there's Bob one picking his nose. Now this photo came from me originally, well, because I scanned a print of it from the Casalis when I first met them in the early 90s, and of course put it on my website, and that's probably where the people got this, and that's probably why it's got this weird effect on it because it's probably not very high resolution on my site. So kind of cool to see this make its way onto a Devo bootleg. So let us put this on the record player and hear a few snippets of the demos for Devo's Oh No, It's Devo album. Okay, needle drops on Oh No, It's Demos. Quick ones, here we go. All right. Now a few drops on the other side.
She's a Barbie doll, but she's got brains. She's got brains and she likes to.
All right. That's good stuff, man. Great album. All right. Next up, we have a gift from my good friend Cardinal Sin from the YouTube world. He sends me interesting stuff all the time. He's been sending me some 90s punk lately, and this is the latest thing he sent, Pennywise. I'm not very familiar with Pennywise. I'm not very familiar with 1990s punk as a whole. For the most part, I just kind of missed it somehow. I was really kind of submerging myself into experimental music and other stuff at the time. So, yeah, the Cardinal was nice enough to get me this reissue of their 1995 album. This reissue came out in 2022. It's colored vinyl. I would like to now show you what the vinyl looks like and let you hear a little bit about what this 1995 punk rock Pennywise sounds like. All right, here are some drops on this 1995 album by Pennywise. Again, I don't know much about him. Here we go. Sound kind of like Offspring to me. I never was a big Offspring fan, but they sound like Offspring. A lot like Offspring, right? Let's try the other side. Look at that purdy vinyl just spinning, y'all. Okay, here's more Pennywise. That was a good guitar sound. I'm going to guess that Pennywise toured with Offspring at some point. I'm just guessing. All right. Now, last and certainly not least, this is my favorite of the bunch of recent vinyl finds. This, my friends, is a band called Macula Dog. Macula Dog, that's right. And this is their album, which just came out in 2022, called Orange 2, like orange number 2. And look at those fantastic outfits, right? Now, if you Google Macula Dog videos and you see a thumbnail image that has them dressed like this, you probably want to check that video out. It's wild, and it shows you really how these costumes operate and how they work, and it's amazing. So this is electronic experimental music. This is kind of like for fans of weird stuff like Residents, weird noisy drum and bass experimental stuff like Venetian snares. Ronaldo and the Loaf comes to mind. It's just very, very weird, for lack of a better word, and genius. And I even let Mark Mothersbaugh hear and see this band, and he's really into them, and I can't say that very often. I cannot say that Mark Mothersbaugh likes much of what anyone recommends to him usually, but this band Mark Mothersbaugh really digs. And I'm very excited to say, before I get to the needle drops on this, I'm excited to say that April 8th, which is coming up in just a few days, I'm going to see Macula Dog live in Harrisonburg, Virginia at a house party. And I can't wait. I'm going to get video and I'm going to post it here on the channel. So right now, let's check out Macula Dog, some quick needle drops on their album Orange 2. All right, everybody, this is my favorite of the batch right here. This is Macula Dog, their album Orange 2. Here's some needle drops on the weirdness.
G2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, this next song is the single that I always watch the YouTube on video. I think it's called Neosporin. Check it out. Oh, yeah, that's great. Let's try some of the other side. All right, more Macula Dog needle drops. Here we go. God damn, that is some sick shit. God, I'm so glad I'm going to see them on April 8th. I can't believe it. I'm going to see them in concert. Oh, my God. All right, everybody. Thank you for checking out this video. And here is what we saw and heard today. Thanks again for being a part of my little YouTube experience here. May the rock and roll gods bless you all as they bless me. I will see you around. Thanks.